Hi everyone. I just want to show you how this is going to work when we are back to school. So in our hybrid, we're going to have kids coming on campus, but when they line up, they're going to be outside their teacher's door, if it's a door that's one of these doors. And you can see we have a dot that starts us, and then every 6 feet we are apart. Some of the classes that don't have these doors, that they will have to go in hallways, they'll be positioned out here, and they'll have chairs with the teacher's names on them, and we will take turns going in with the teacher walking them to class. So just ensuring that kids and reminding them they need to stay 6 feet, they need to line up 6 feet, and just be able to be patient in the morning when they're lining up would be great. That would be your task for us, and we're going to try and keep them being 6 feet apart. Thank you. Hi everyone. Remember, when you come back on campus, we're going to have a lot more cars. We don't have that right now, so I'm just trying to explain to you how this looks. So when a car comes in, this parking lot is going to be closed off. So there's going to be somebody standing here, and we're going to be directing you into the parking lot because we can only have so many cars and so many kids in at the same time. Mr. Raphael's going to demo for us. So as you can see, he's coming in, and he would be directed to do our drop-off like we normally would. As you can see, our teachers are standing as if they had just gotten out of car. Wave him right up to you, Sue, and then have him stop. So as you can see, Mr. Raphael pulled up. If you pull up all the way, then you will take your kid, they will come out, you won't be able to stop because we won't have any helpers on campus. You're gonna have to let your child out, and the teachers are showing how the kids should be lined up. At that point, we will have some people directing, but the kids will have to walk. Come with me, Mrs. Dignan. You can follow right along, 6 feet apart. And they would walk 6 feet apart as if they were going to the blacktop to line up. So you can see we'll have more adults out here to help, and our little people will be going through that door where we normally go with our TK and our Ks. We'll go through that door, and they will be escorted as well to go line up there. And I'll show you that shortly. Hi everyone, here we are in the TKK room, playground. And we have to also social distance here. So your little guys are gonna come through this gate, right? Our TK and our kindergartners, they'll come through here. Mrs. Goodman's group will be here. Mr. Down's right there. And again, we've got tape here where we're gonna stand 6 feet apart in 2 lines. So the kids will have to wait patiently. I know that's gonna be tough. I want you to please go over this with your children. It'll be important that they just stand in their spots. We won't have any playtime in the morning. All of our equipment is going to be shut down because we don't have the personnel to spray in between. So they can't play on the equipment. The other kindergarten classes will be around the corner lined up, and they will be taken into the doors here, but it'll be very systematically. So 6 feet apart, our little ducklings will go in, and then our next class, 6 feet apart, will go in. So it's really important to be here on time, 1, and 2, having your kids line up properly. So that'll be really important for you to do. I really, really appreciate all of your help with this, and we'll see you really soon. Each of the A and the B tract will have a 10-minute break. In that 10-minute break, we are not using equipment. We do not have the personnel to be disinfecting between each slide. So the equipment's going to be shut down. Having said that, I have about 4 classes here out in that 10-minute break with supervision, of course, and they'll be in designated areas, and they will stay within their classroom. So they stay in their designated classroom designated area with their classroom peers. So that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to keep them apart, but they will have a 10-minute break to go outside, have a stretch, walk around, get a little wiggles out, and then come back into learning. Remember, it's a 2.5-hour period, so it's not super long, but there is a 10-minute break to have some fresh air. Also, we're gonna have stations outside at the beginning and when you come into school, and then at recesses that I showed you in our other video, where there's gonna be some hand sanitizer that's gonna be there for kids to use. So there'll be like a hand washing stations with Purell that'll be there with some paper towels as well. Hope that helps you. All right, pickup's gonna be a little different. So when you come back, the drop-off is gonna be cordoned off, and there's gonna be a person there, and we're gonna have a sign for you. It's gonna have your child's name or children's names. You're gonna need to throw that up, and that way, when your kids are lined up out here to go home, we're able to say, this is the child that's going home. We're gonna give that a try. It might be that we don't need that very long, that we just can line them up, because depending on how many people are picking up and how many people are walking, will really depend on how we use that system. Just be aware, you might be getting some signs for you to hold up when you come into the parking lot. I'm also looking at an app, but we're not sure about that yet, so just stay tuned. We're checking on that. So you will do your regular pickup, but remember, you just keep on moving up. Your children will get to you. They know your car. We'll get them to you, no worries. We just can't have just cars sitting in the middle with all the space. You just got to keep on moving up your car so that traffic continues to move. Remember, when you've picked up your child, you just move out to the outside and away you go and out, okay? Again, you will not be coming onto campus. You have to remember that, because when we're on hybrid, people from the outside can't come into the building. We have to make sure that we don't have too much contamination. So we're trying to keep us as healthy as we can. So that's what we're gonna do coming back. For some of your students that are walkers, especially if they live in this part of the neighborhood, they'll be coming out here, and we're gonna be directing them to go right off campus and start walking home. They won't be able to wait. They won't be able to play. They'll be directing, go and walking home, because we won't have people to be able to wait with them. We also need to make sure that we've got all those walkers off campus, and then those children going into cars, so we can keep people distance. So it'll be important to tell your children, if they're walkers, when you're dismissed, directly walking home. Let's not mess around, walking directly home. As you can see, we're gonna have more permanent arrows, but you're gonna be walking one way and the other way. So kids will know what direction that they can walk, so that we have kind of like alleyways of which way we're walking. Hi everyone, here we are at the back gate. We haven't had this gate open for a very long time, but now with COVID, we've decided so that we can ingress and egress easier and less congregation of children, we're gonna open this back gate up. This back gate is gonna be open during our times when we're coming on campus and leaving campus for 15 minutes. For example, school starts at 8:15 in the morning and goes until 10:45 for the morning session. So this gate will be open from 8 to 8:15, and then it'll be locked again. It'll be locked up until 10:45 when kids are gonna get dismissed, and it will from 10:45 until 11 o'clock, so kids can leave. Then it'll open up again at 11:30 to 11:45, because our afternoon session starts at 11:45 to 2:15. And again, it'll stay locked during the times the kids are in the building, and then from 2:15 to 2:30, it'll open up again for kids to go home. So again, it'll be 15 minutes. You can see that the kids are gonna have to be really careful when they go up and down here. So one, they have to social distance. So Miss Cross will show you. She's walking very nicely. She's gonna go down the stairs a little bit and show you that you would walk and you would take your time 6 feet apart. So you can see we've distanced. So make sure that people take turns when they're walking down the stairs. and then they can go out. I'm working on getting our crossing guard to be moved over here so that we will have that as well. So remember that we've got all those pieces that we're trying to bring together. I hope that helps you and that you know we're trying everything so that this is going to be the easiest that we can. Thanks, guys. I hope you found that video helpful. Again, we're kind of doing it without people here. Our first couple of days are going to be a little rough. We know when we learn things, we're going to get better at some things, and it just takes a little time. So please give everybody grace. Let's make sure that we plan ahead. Give yourself some time when you're dropping off or picking up, because it's really important that we hold each other's hands during this time, because you know we're going to get through this and it's going to be fine. Our kids are going to get trained and they're going to get it. We just need to help them. So our first few days might be a little rough, but after that, we're going to be just fine. And I know, and you know, together we can do anything, because at Lomarena, we roar.